Hey there, Matt Heggelund, Product Manager, MPOWR Envision, back with another product update video. This time we're going to be talking about the build mode now available in the plan Navigator. So I'm already logged in here on my dashboard. I'm going to click into plans. I'm going to go into my Scoops kind of demo plan here, and then I'm going to go into the Navigator. Alright, when I'm on the Navigator now, I'm going to see a new toggle here called build mode. I'm going to toggle that on and we're going to see some additional options appear. So with the build mode, previously in order to move things around, we had a page over here in the plan settings that you would have to go to. You'd have to leave where you're at, go to a move page, move things around. It wasn't the best user experience or user interface. And then when you were adding things, when you added something, it would always take you directly to the item that you added, which you may have wanted to stay where you were to add additional things. So you'd have to add something, it would take you to where you added, then you'd have to either like click back or click through the Navigator to go back to where you were. Just a lot of back and forth, and just really, as we continually evaluate the product and what we need to do and how to make it stronger and better, this was one of the things that kind of came up that was kind of just a disjointed user experience. So we've kind of done away with that move page. We've improved the add experience. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm talking about. So I'm going to click here to add a segment. So if I want to add something to the top layer, which right now I have it just with our default terminology is called a segment. You maybe renamed yours to something else, so you might see a different word here besides segment based on your terminology. I'm going to hit plus, and I'm going to call this segment 3, and I'm going to publish it just for purposes here. And you're going to notice that, oh cool, it's added segment 3 here. I get a pop-up. If I want to go to segment 3, the thing that I just created, I can click that pop-up. Or if I wanted to stay where I was, I could just leave it well alone and that notification will go away. So let's take a look at that experience. So now I've created this segment. I want to add a new strategy to it. So we have these helpful little hints. You know what you're going to add. And I'm just going to call this strategy. And let's publish it. Just skipping over some things just for speed purposes. But you'll see there, hey, strategy's been successfully created. I see the strategy in the tree, my notification goes away, and now I can continue to add things as I need to. So it leaves you where you're at, leaves you on the context where you're at, and just makes it for a cleaner experience as you go through here. So as I start expanding the plan here, you're just going to see that plus sign throughout, and you'll see as I hover above that plus sign, I might get different options based on what level of the plan I am going to go ahead and hit a plus sign on. So second part of that is the move function. So as I look through here, let's go ahead and let's say I want to move this strategy. Maybe this strategy should go under segment 2 or this segment. So now I can just conveniently, with build mode already enabled, I can just click here, hold that left click down, and let's say I want to drag it under segment 2. I can drop it. You get that nice green, successful kind of background, if you will, around the segment, letting me know that I can drop it there. If I try to drop it under another strategy, it won't let me because I can't move a strategy to underneath another strategy. I have to move a strategy to where a strategy can exist. So I can move a strategy to a different segment. So if I drop it there, you're going to see that the strategy successfully moves there. If I want to move the strategy back to underneath this segment here, I'm going to go ahead and move it, and then we're going to go ahead and see it pop up there. Something to point out is with the move functionality, if you do have things that live below it, things will automatically move with it. So I have this strategy here, I have this action item. If I go ahead and move this strategy, I'm going to go up here, and now I'm going to see that this strategy moved with that action item attached with it. So as you have things that live beneath each other, if you move the higher or top level thing, anything below it will also move with you. Something to point out with the move that sometimes can be a little bit confusing is you may not always be allowed to move something underneath something else, meaning I can't convert like an action item to be an objective or convert an action item to be a strategy. So as I move an action item, I can move it anywhere that an action item already exists or will exist based on the configuration. So sometimes we run into issues, let's say here with this objective, let's say. So I can't move this action item here to underneath this strategy because I have to, since I'm using the objective level, I have to use the objective level. So the action item in this case would have to live underneath this objective. I couldn't go straight from a strategy to an action item and then a strategy to an objective underneath that one strategy. So I can move it under this objective. I can also move this action item under this tactic. In this case, under this strategy, there is no objective, so it would allow me to drop this action item underneath this strategy because under that strategy, I've skipped that objective level. So just a quick reminder there on something that sometimes can be a little bit confusing. Another thing that existed on the move page that I just wanted to cover real quick is the ability to copy items. So let's say this action item here, let me go out and let's choose a target date at the end of this month. Maybe I want to change this frequency here to monthly. I want to go high priority. So these dates here, so we'll take a look at it. Start date 6/11, target date 6/30, monthly and high. Let's say I want to copy this. Well, if I copy that, and now, so it's copied the name, but I can change this name. This is a copy of an action item. It copies the owner, but I can obviously change the owner if I wanted to. And then I'll see, oh, I copied my start date 6/11, my target date 6/30, my high priority, my monthly frequency. But if I wanted to, I can make adjustments here to certain fields and then publish it with those changes. So if you're looking to make copies or use things as templates, you can use that ellipsis to go ahead and copy. So throughout the plan, you can copy anything. You just click that little ellipsis and you'll click that copy icon. So it's kind of it for this month's product update, but I think it's a streamlined way, a more useful way, and hopefully a quicker way for you to make those adjustments. Like I was talking about earlier, you're creating these plans, and when you roll them out, they're not a set and forget it type of tool. They're more of just a compass that's leading your direction, and the things change based on where the compass is telling you you're heading, or the variables are telling where you're heading. So as you continue to learn, continue to execute, your plan's growing, you're moving things around, you're adding things, this build mode will help you be more efficient when you're doing that. And we're going to be super excited to be back later this month with another update that I know a lot of you are going to be looking for. I don't want to let the the rabbit out of my magic hat just yet, but I know you will be super excited to get it, and I hope you have a good one. I hope this is very beneficial for you and your organization, and I appreciate it. And thanks for being an Envision customer and user, and have a great day.